What's up athletes, welcome back to this channel. This video is going to be quite special because today I'm going to teach you how I healed my bicep injury and went from not being able to do a planche or a planche press without any pain in the bicep to the fact that I can do a full Maltese pain-free and of course every other calisthenics straight arm skill. So this injury was quite long. It took more over than half a year to fully healed, and it started from straight arm skills. So I think everyone who's trains for the planche or training for the Maltese, which is an even heavier on the tendons and on the bicep, have faced some pain or anything related to tendon in the bicep right there or the bicep right here at the shoulder. And yes, this straight arm skills comes with high risk but obviously high rewards. But for me the injury probably started when I started training for Maltese. And before starting training for Maltese, I conditioned my bicep for a very long time, for more often than a year, with dumbbells flies and pelican curls, which I did a video about both of them in my Instagram. If you aren't following my Instagram, this is the time right now. Just check the link in the description or see the name right here on the screen. So after doing these exercises for a long time, for more over than a year, I progressed in them so fast and my bicep becomes so big and so strong that I thought I'm ready to start training for the Maltese. And of course I didn't just jump into it. I tried to do it with a band, with low number of sets and low number of volume. But as the weeks progressed, I felt so strong. So I went so fast up in the volume and in the intensity that it probably caused the bicep injury in the long head of the bicep at the tendon that is right here near the shoulder. And the pain at first wasn't that severe. It was about 1 or 2 out of 10, maybe sometimes 3 out of 10 when I was doing planche press and when I was doing Maltese, and of course Maltese with bands and everything related to straight arm, which is push skills, which work heavily on the biceps and the tendons. Of course I will show you in the video everything that helped me, everything that didn't help me, which exercise was I doing to actually heal this pain. But I think it's way more important that you will see the cause of the exercise and why it really happened, because my goal for this video is, besides helping you to heal your pain or to heal your injury in the bicep, is actually to minimize the biceps injury that occurring in calisthenics. So after realizing that this move's causing me pain, I tried to first of all just reduce the volume, reduce the intensity, but I still kept training with them, which was probably a big mistake because I was able to achieve the full Maltese. You can see the video right here, but I had a lot of pain while doing it. It was about 3 out of 10 pain while doing this full Maltese without any bends. And of course I still had pain in the planche press and sometimes just in the regular planche hold. So I knew there is something that I need to change in order to actually keep improving in calisthenics. The first thing that I've done is I tried to just minimize the volume and the intensity of the exercises, but as I told you earlier, that didn't really help. I also kept continuing doing some strengthening exercises. So I went with dumbbells, Zanetti flies, which is all the way to the back lever position and up. It works a lot on the bicep tendon here, and of course because I'm going to the back lever, there is a stretch in this tendon, in this bicep tendon right here. So it worked on this injury, but it still wasn't enough. I still felt pain while doing those exercises and I really didn't know what I need to do to actually improve it. The big turning point in this injury is when I started to feeling pain while not doing only straight arm skills, but just random movements throughout the day. For example, when I've done something like this, when I'm really stretching the bicep tendon, I felt pain. And for example, when I was about to put a t-shirt on the left side, I was doing this movement and I just felt the stretch in my bicep tendon, and that's when I realized that I really need to do something else to actually heal this injury. As you know, I checked every YouTube video about bicep injuries and about tendonitis in the biceps, and I couldn't really find an exercise that was helpful. I tried several exercises. It could be just the dumbbell curls, it could be some planche presses with the dumbbell, but it still hurts a lot. Not even in supination which works a lot more on the bicep, but also in just neutral position, it still hurt me. So I need to find an exercise which is not that common that can still help me to heal this bicep injury. And right now I'm going to show you what exercise really helped me the most. Okay, so as you can see, for the first exercise, all you need is just a band and something to attach it. So I just did it with the door. And what I've realized with this move right here, when I'm putting the shirt on or when I'm doing this motion, so I was just doing it in the warm-ups to warm up my scapula, and I've realized that it's hurting me a lot. What I realized is that I have this injury, especially when the bicep tendon is really stretched out. So what I was trying to do, first of all, is to find an exercise which the bicep tendon isn't stretched. So for example, if I'm going with Maltese flies or Van Gelder flies and I'm going all the way down to the back lever or even to the Maltese, there is a lot of pressure on this stretched position in the bicep. So I shouldn't do these exercises. But for example, I can still train the planche because the planche is right here, and of course the planche press still hurt a little bit, but what I did was just removing the intensity by a lot, so going back to straddle or to half lay, and also reducing the volume so it will feel less close to failure, and that really helps with this exercise. So after talking to a physiotherapist in the army, if you didn't know, I'm currently serving in the army, we try to think about an exercise which is still going to be quite specific for calisthenics, not like dumbbell curls or anything like it, but it will not have any stretch on the bicep tendon, and of course will actually work on the bicep tendon, so it will actually strengthen this part of the movement, and I will be pain free. And what we found out is that when I'm doing supinated handstand, not really supinated handstand, but when I'm raising the arm like this, starting from like a planche position, and I'm going back up with the arms up until I'm in a handstand, but in supination, I realized there is some pain when I'm doing it with resistance. So what I did was taking the band and trying to reach that supinated position in a handstand. Obviously you can see that it's like I'm exactly in the handstand position in supination, but I'm doing it with one arm and of course with resistance of the band. And when I started doing this exercise, it hurts a lot, like 2 out of 10 or maybe even 3 out of 10 when I really hold it for a long time in this static position. So I realized this is a very good exercise for this injury because I don't stretch the bicep tendon, but I'm still working on it really hard. And of course it's quite related to calisthenics because it's like supinated handstand, and of course I'm doing the first movement of the planche press in supination, so it's quite specific. So when I first started, I started this exercise with a really thin band and I held it for 10 seconds, then 20 seconds, then 30 seconds for 3 sets, and I've tried to do it as much as possible throughout the day. And as I got stronger, I tried to attach a heavier band onto this exercise and still trying to do 20 seconds, 30 seconds of static hold. And again, when the arm is in supination and above my head, and I really felt it. You can actually try this exercise. It's not just for this specific injury. It's actually a great exercise to just improve your bicep mobility, your bicep strength in an uncommon movement, because you can't really do a supinated handstand with resistance because there is no resistance in the handstand. You can do it only through doing this exercise with a band. So of course I've worked on both arms, so also on the right arm, which is not injured, but I still really felt it got much stronger from it, and I've realized this exercise might really help. So after I've done this exercise for about 2 weeks, I started to noticing that I'm having no pain with Maltese with a really heavy band, and I don't have any pain with planche press or the planche hold or anything like this. So I started to increase the intensity on the Maltese while still doing this exercise again for 3 sets for a long time under tension, for example 30 seconds in each hold above my head, and I did it for multiple times a day, maybe like 4 sets a day, which is like greasing the groove. And if you haven't watched my video on greasing the groove, you must check it. It's in the channel. Just scroll through this channel, because I think this greasing the groove video might help you achieve a better level in calisthenics. So I just grease the groove this exercise, and of course I've done it every single day. And after realizing that I don't have any pain while doing this exercise right here on the left arm, which is the injured arm, and of course on the right arm as well, I've decided to go for one more step before actually going for the full Maltese, which I actually got it without any pain last week. I did a video about it as well, so you can go check it. It's the auto-regulation video. So I decided to go with a stretch position movement to actually know that my bicep tendon is pain-free, and I've done it by doing the Van Gelder flies, as I said earlier, that causes pain, and with the iron cross flies, which I'm just going to show you very quick right now. So for this video I will not use dumbbells, but I will use those calisthenics Gornation parallettes, which are quite small and feels like small dumbbells. So what I've done after this exercise didn't cause me any pain at all, is just laying down on the bench and doing the movement of the Van Gelder, going down until the back lever position and coming back up, so that bicep tendon right here is really stretched and I felt no pain. I did it for a high number of reps, so about 8 to 12 reps. And of course I've also done iron cross flies, which is about the same movement, but just doing it, instead of doing it like a planche and a Maltese, I did it in iron cross, so just about here, and I went down up until I'm getting almost to the floor and then pressing back up. It really put a lot of pressure on the bicep tendon right here, because of the stretch. Is the exactly same movement that I've done in the past when I'm putting the shirt or when I'm doing this exercise, and I've done it with 10 kg dumbbells. And when I knew that the 10 kg dumbbells actually doesn't hurt at all, I've realized that I'm probably pain-free and the injury is healed. So that's it for the video. As you probably understand, I'm now pain-free in Maltese, in planche press, in everything related to straight arm skills and to the bicep tendon. I will keep doing this exercise, especially this exercise right here, which is actually the perfect exercise for this injury, so it will not occur and come back again. And of course I'm still doing the dumbbells flies with Van Gelder, with Maltese flies and iron cross flies, just for more conditioning to my bicep. So it's always good to have that in plan. And that's about it. I think this exercise will help most of you who actually had or still having bicep injury, especially in the long head of the bicep, which is quite uncommon. Most people have pain right here in the bicep tendon in the elbow, but the bicep tendon in the shoulder is actually working even more in Maltese and in stretched positions like the iron cross, for example. I'm really happy that I can share this protocol that helped me to heal the bicep injury. And of course, if this video was helpful, please tell me in the comments what was the most helpful, what did you learn from it, and of course share it with your calisthenics friends who have or had bicep injury. And remember to like this video so you can support this channel even more. If you are a really motivated athlete and you want to improve as fast as you can in calisthenics, and you want to take your calisthenics journey to the next level and to work one-on-one with me online coaching, just send me a message on Instagram and I will come back to you as soon as possible. But if you want to still get some more free knowledge and free content about calisthenics, so your calisthenics journey will get better, pain-free, with training methods and everything related to content that you can't see on Instagram, remember to subscribe to this channel right here and hit the bell so you will not miss any video. I'm uploading every single week, so you will become smarter and will have a better time in calisthenics. Thank you and see you in the next video.